Good afternoon, our viewer. Thank you so much for choosing us and to follow up and get to know the updates that are happening as far as this Tuesday is concerned, the 14th day of March 2023. We do apologize for bringing you this newscast a little late. These are some of the updates we have for you. My name is Sandra Kahunde. Now, we start off with activities regarding the head of state, and we're getting to know the president, who is concluding his 3-day state visit in the North African country, told the Algerian business community that despite the global value of coffee business in the world being $460 billion, the coffee-producing countries share only $25 billion, out of which Africa gets only $4.8 billion. Uganda, being the biggest coffee producer, pockets only $900 million of that. Value addition in coffee is among the 10 key priority areas of investment, where Algerian investors working together with Uganda's Ministry of Trade should focus their energies on. The other areas include textile industry, automobiles industry, chocolate production using cocoa, footwear production, animal feeds production, pharmaceutical, starch production, fruits processing, human medicine and vaccine production, and tea processing.
In Algeria, the student represents.
Now, in other updates, education stakeholders in Maracha district are joining efforts to improve performance of learners in the district. This is after noticing that Maracha district has continued to experience poor performance in primary and secondary levels. In the last 2 academic years, Maracha had 48 first grades in 2021 and 50 in 2022. However, stakeholders have kept blaming each other for the continuous poor performance of learners, as others blame adoption of the Western culture by learners through movies and disco dances.
The most leading I see is the Western culture that people are trying to bring here. Because you see, most of our generations here, they are trying to forget the traditional. And such is leading to loss of respect. It is even misleading to a moral behavior. Disco is rampant, and we are beginning with the DC conference.
We shall use the bylaws of the sub-county to follow up the parents, even by arresting the children why they are not going to school if they say they are not given some money or scholastic materials, to go and arrest those parents such that they could pay that fees.
It must be bigger than money, because nobody even in Maracha here sleeps without eating. All of us have contributed to the downfall of the children. All of us, parents, teachers, community, and even the stakeholders who are supposed to do the monitoring, who are now the worst people.
And the basic facts are that whereas enrollment in schools has continued to increase, the quality and performance has kept falling. And this is evident over the years. First of all, parents to be at the forefront of driving performance in our education institutions.
The results of PLE has been stagnating, meaning that most of our learners are in 2nd grade and 3rd grade. We are so concerned with the stagnation of results, and for this year we have put a number of measures in place. We have discussed the results at this level. We have discussed with the stakeholders.
Now, still into lunchtime updates, a clinical intelligence technology and data solutions for clinical officers. They have launched this, and it will be aiming at empowering our clinical officers on the mantle of doctors. Professor John Lubega says computerizing the operations will transform medical care in Uganda, because clinical officers will be able to detect, have early suspicion of diseases, and will be able to provide laboratory services.
Means computerizing our operations in a logical and structured manner, such that we may be able to transform our medical care in Uganda. So we have people that we can rely on around us, paramedicals, And the clinic officers are the replacement of medical assistants. They've progressed enormously. I think Uganda is one of the few countries in this area whereby clinic officers is a recognized entity, and our government has given them power to diagnose and treat patients. We want the clinic officers now to take on the mantle of doctors in a different way via technology. Let us bring technology into our laboratories, into our clinics. Because the doctors are run away. There's a brain drain. I've written extensively about the brain drain in Uganda. Doctors, as soon as they qualify, they go for greener pastures. And the greener pastures are United States, to Dubai, Britain, so on. Their doctors are living at a constant rate. Good thing about clinic officers is that for reasons, whether they are blind or not blind, I don't know, they don't want to leave Uganda. Maybe they are tied to their grandmothers or fathers or whatever it is. Fortunately, they don't like to leave Uganda. So I put 2 and 2 and discovered that the clinic officers can be empowered 100-fold by providing a laboratory service at hand. Number 2, a panel of consultants I could provide in different areas of internal medicine, in surgery, in the pathological sciences, and other subspecialties.
Well, this newscast will settle for a short break. When I return, we have more updates for you. That also includes and a follow-up on a sad incident that happened right at Freedom City. Keep watching.
Jerry Con! Jerry Con! Hey, Master Blaster! Touch him, man! Bang Jerry Con with muscle! Those ones who say go is for you only. Mundava! Best group is I teach you. But I'm going to which the squad because of the cover is very far. Is you serious? It's just you. What? Yeah? You step it on it. Add kilometers to your legs and you get your sugar. We buy meat from Umaru and Umaru refused to give you enough meat. Mama! Show him that they don't joke with you. Umaru, Jerry car.
Okukakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako, n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga awamu.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're descending into Entebbe Airport. For those proceeding to Kampala City, the biggest event in East Africa is in town.
That's right, the East African Business Expo 2023 is happening from the 23rd to the 26th of March at Kololo Grounds. Join us to network, connect, and grow. Contact us for exhibition or sponsorship opportunities. The 14th East African Procurement Forum and Business Expo 2023 is hosted by PPDA.
Now sit back and relax. It's time to explore great business opportunities.
Paying your bills the old way.
Let's go. Just need to buy some power.
Paying your bills with the My Airtel app.
Bro, there's a line.
You have the power in your pocket. The power to instantly pay your bills hassle-free. Unlock that power with the My Airtel app. Visit the App Store or Google Play now.
Oh, you're back.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
This is our family's pride.
This is my friend.
This is the future of our nation.
She is the future of Uganda, and the policies I enact today will protect her from teenage pregnancy.
She is the hope of our community, and I will talk to others about how we must protect her.
She is our family's pride, and I will protect her from child marriage and talk to her about the dangers of teenage pregnancy. We each have a role to play in empowering our teenage girls to protect them from child marriage and pregnancy, because when we empower them, we empower our nation. Protect the girl, save the nation.
Their support meant so much to me. I stayed focused and was protected from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. I will support other girls against child marriage and teenage pregnancy.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sauti 116.
Get the most affordable 4G smartphone in Uganda from Airtel. Now heavily discounted from 250,000 shillings to 150,000 shillings only. Yes, 150,000 shillings only to keep you connected to your loved ones.
Dial *175*94# to activate free 1 GB instantly and 100% double data on all weekly and monthly bundles for 3 months. Get one today while stock lasts from the nearest Airtel shop. With Airtel, the smartphone network.
Freedom. Get MTN Freedom voice bundles that don't expire. Dial *100*21# or my MTN app for more bundles. Together, we're unstoppable.
Glad to know you're still a part of this newscast. Thank you so much once again for joining us. And now into other updates. The National Promoters Association has drafted a memorandum of understanding with the Uganda Police Force to regulate musical activities through their offices. This comes as a result of the 2023 New Year's Day tragedy at the Freedom City concert that saw over 10 people killed, 25 injured as a result of a stampede.
Police spokesperson Fred Enanga has said that the National Promoters Association, together with the Uganda Police Force, has come up with a number of guidelines to regulate event promoters.
I had a meeting with the National Promoters Association in the country, and this was to try to find a way of having memorandum of understanding between the police and the National Promoters Association. You remember very well that we had a very disturbing incident, which was tragic as we entered the new year. I remember the concert stampede and other issues, and because of that, we came up with a number of terms and conditions for them to provide adequate security and crowd control for the events and venues, ensuring that there is sufficient first aid sufficient fire and emergency arrangements for the event, depending on the type, nature, and scale. And then we also agreed to them that they should always internalize the preventive guidelines that are always given to them by the police during the concert preparations.
Halima Namakula, a renowned musician and promoter, at a press conference at police headquarters in Naguru, said that it is mandatory for all promoters to get clearance from the NPA to hold musical shows.
NPA is pleased to announce that effective Monday, 13, 2023, all promoters organizing events in the country shall have to first acquire a letter of clearance from NPA. The NPA is committed to ensuring that promoters are comply with the new development, irrespective of whatever association you are affiliated to.
Promoters are urged to pick these letters of approval from the NPA offices in their regional offices.
Regions from where these letters can be acquired: Kampala, Makindye, Western Nile, Karamoja, Elbourne, Greater Masaka, Greater Mityana, Rwenzori region, Kigezi, Lango, and Acholi.
This is expected to ease the work of the police on recent increase of reports of promoters defrauding the public. Komagum Rogers, UBC News.
Now, right on to international updates coming through. The US, UK and Australia have unveiled details of their plan to create a new fleet of nuclear-powered submarines aimed at countering China's influence in the Indo-Pacific region. Under the AUKUS Pact, Australia is to get its first nuclear-powered subsats, List 3 from the US. The allies will also work to create a new fleet using cutting-edge tech, including UK-made Rolls-Royce reactors. Beijing has strongly criticized the significant naval deal. Its foreign ministry on Tuesday accused the three nations of walking further and further down the path of error and danger. China's UN mission had earlier also accused the Western allies of setting back a nuclear non-proliferation efforts. But US President Joe Biden said the deal was aimed at bolstering peace in the region and stressed the submarines would be nuclear-powered and not nuclear-armed. Speaking alongside the UK and Australian Prime Ministers Rishi Sunak and Anthony Albanese in San Diego, California, Mr. Biden said the deal would not jeopardize Australia's commitment to being a nuclear-free country.
Courage and professionalism of our defence forces, but by the hard work and know-how of our scientists and engineers, our technicians and programmers.
Now, more from the international updates coming through. Bank shares in Asia and Europe have slumped, despite reassurances from the U.S. president that America's financial system is safe following the collapse of two U.S. lenders. The falls come after authorities moved to protect customer deposits when the U.S.-based Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank collapsed. Joe Biden promised to do whatever it is needed to protect the banking system, but investors fear other lenders may still be hit by the fallout. On Tuesday, Japan's top banks, pardon me for the pronunciation, a share index fell by more than 7%, putting it on course for its worst day in more than 3 years. Shares of Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group, the country's largest lender by assets, were down by 8.1% in midday Asian trading. On Monday, Spain's Santander and Germany's Commerzbank saw their share prices dive by more than 10% at one point. A string of smaller U.S. banks suffered even worse losses than European counterparts, despite reassuring customers that they had more than enough liquidity to protect themselves from shocks.
Yellen and a team of banking regulators have taken action immediate action. And here are the highlights. First, all customers who had deposits in these banks can rest assured, I want to rest assured they'll be protected.
Well, that's all we had time for this particular newscast. It's been a pleasure spending time with you. More updates will be coming your way later on in our timely news hours of the day. Keep watching UBC and enjoy your Tuesday. Though it's still raining right here in Kampala, we're coming to you live from Broadcast House, Nile Avenue. My name is Sandra Kahunde. Greetings from the team behind the scene.